So, while I was up in Vienna yesterday, Amir took the radiator off because there was quite a bit of crap in it. The original block had been lying around for some time. It'd been inside, but it washed all the rust and crap out of it, so he cleaned it off. But then he noticed that the bottom pulley, the crank pulley, was loose, or the harmonic damper, and we could actually move it, so it was pretty concerning. Okay, so obviously this is a completely different setup from a normal A-series engine. You can see the way it's done. So this camshaft is on, this is like a vernier system where you can adjust these and get your timing marks kind of half a degree, I believe it is. Unfortunately what happened is the keyway there is broken in half. You can just see it inside. I think hopefully you can see it. We've got the other half, I've got it on my desk. So obviously now we need to, you can see the two timing marks there and there. So we've got that all set up. What we're going to try and do now is we'll release the tension off here, get the belt off, but we'll make sure it goes back in exactly the same place, because apparently that woodruff, or the key there, that square keyway is the same on all of them apparently. And somehow it's vibrated and it's just sheared it right off. So we're lucky that he caught it when he did. So we'll show you once we get it apart. You can see the way this tensioner works, that it's on an oval, so he's going to undo it and watch it move across to the left as he opens it. So as he opens it up, you can see it coming away from the belt, because it's on a cam basically. So now hopefully we can get the belt's loose enough to get off. What we don't know, I don't know if that bottom sprocket though slides off, or we have to use bolts to pull it off. I don't know if hopefully it's not jammed. There might be. We'll see when we get it off. Okay, so you can see that we've got the adjuster off, the belt adjuster, and there's the crank gear, as you can see, and the woodruff key. And the majority of it was obviously holding the timing gear together, which is what you want. You know, the fact that it snaps on the front and the pulley is not now connected is one thing. It could do some damage, but it would be some serious damage if that camshaft and that crank were out, and the pistons and the valves were contacting the piston crown. Anyway, it looks like it's fixable. I've got a couple of engines, so we're going to get the woodruff key out of that, and then we'll set it all back up again. And you can see the timing marks were together. So that black line there, or that black and white line there, is on that black and white line there, and this is on top dead centre. So we haven't moved anything. I just need to call Paul and find out exactly how much tension should be on this belt. But I'll put it back together, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can go on the track again on Monday or whenever. Okay, so this is the harmonic balancer and damper, and there was a bit of damage here on the back where the woodruff key had ripped it. So Amir's put some weld in it, and then he's cut it back, so it's a really nice fit on the woodruff key. You can see there's a woodruff key from another engine, and you can see now that that's going to fit. Sorry, my hand's kind of in the way. And there was a little bit of damage on the front of this belt drive from the crank, but it's okay, so we can set it all up. We've got the belt all tensioned up. It's basically, this is just an internal cam, so as you tighten it, it pushes against the belt and tensions it, and you can see the two black timing marks are together there. And now the woodruff key looks like it got plenty of bite. Where it snapped, it looks like that woodruff key was further forward, but it could have been when the bolt on the front pulley came loose and it's been moving back and forth. It could have moved, but I'll show you the broken pieces anyway. And you can see that 2/3 of it were on that crank gear wheel, and the other third was on this pulley here. And I think that's why it snapped, but we'll see. So I'll give that a bit of a tidy up. Sorry. This is S&H Engineering that do engines. This is and obviously there's no gasket on these because there should be no oil coming in here, because obviously it's a rubber belt. That's the last thing you would want is any oil in there. but it's all tidy and everything. So, but for you mini guys that do standard engines, you won't see a rubber tooth belt driven. You'll either see a single timing chain, which it normally is, or a duplex chain if you've got kind of slightly higher lift, a bit more of a road cam. But yeah, this is how it looks underneath. Let's see how we get on. So the key with fitting these two plates back on, you can see they're too hard, so you can do this without taking the top one off, is to keep these loose, because they're so, you can see that the machining on it is perfect. So they're a bit tricky to get in if you don't have these a little bit loose, so that's something to look out for. So we'll turn it all up, get the pulley on and start putting it back together, and hopefully she'll run pretty damn good. These new plugs in it, these new racing competition plugs, they're, what are they? They're NGK, this is them here, they're NGK BR9s, and Paul also mentioned BR8s. Pulley. They run a lot colder than a standard spark plug, so hopefully this will sort our problems out. So, anyway, as you can see, we're putting it all back together. Everything's good now. That pulley is absolutely perfect. Timing's correct. These bars, they're not from the company. We made these ourselves, and we put our own rose joints in them, and then they're adjustable here, so when the rose joint is back in there, you can turn this bar and then lock it off at the top. So by the power of magic, when I wake up tomorrow morning, as Amir gets up at 7, he starts at 7, I stroll in or turn up about 10ish, between 9 and 10, because I'm an old man. This will all be put back together, and you'll get to hear it running before I finish up on the video, and then hopefully on Monday, or certainly one day early this week, we'll take it out and put it on the track. But the difference you'll hear in it, with the new plugs in it and all this work done, I think will be pretty good. And I've come up with an idea for the this splash GoPro style little camera thing I've got. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tube that goes in there, and when the front sits on, there's R clips that go in there. So I put another tube inside where I can attach the kind of GoPro thing to it, which will look nice because it's right down on the tarmac then. So there we go. So in the next bit you'll see it all finished and complete and running, hopefully. So as I mentioned, the engine angel got up long before I did, and it was all back together magically, like I did the video last night. When I wake up in the morning, it'll all be done. It's amazing. And there he is. He's the man that does it when I'm in the land of Nod. Anyway, so it's all warmed up. He's checked all the fluids and everything, but it's all warmed up, so there's no problem. So this is the down. You see, it puts the power on. So you got ignition there, fuel pump, and then you can see sweeter that is now. Hang on. Sounds 100%. I just need to get a booking now. So, another job done. So on that note, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and just go out and do it. Bye.